Hi, for anybody that just stumbled across this video, I'm Dave. Nobody's ever heard of me, but I'm going to make some advice. I'm going to make an advice video for the 2024 United States Mosconi Cup players. Those guys haven't heard of me either. There's no reason anyone should pay attention to my advice, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, this is not going to be in any particular order, except I am going to do Skyler last, just because he's the captain and the player. So two different things. So in no particular order, we'll do Billy first. Billy, I don't think we've ever actually spoken. You've seen me hang out with Tony quite a bit. You might at least recognize me, but we haven't spoken. You were not my choice. You would not have been my choice for the team. I would have picked Oscar. But thinking about it more and more, I know why Skyler picked you. I know one of the big reasons Skyler picked you is your eagerness and exuberance and excitement and all these things that really fit well into a team type of an atmosphere. Whereas Oscar, I haven't seen that side of him. The advice that I would give to you is that this Billiness that you have, tone that down just a little bit. You cannot make every shot. And sometimes you might be trying shots that maybe there's a better option for you in that situation. You're not playing in this event to show off or impress. You're playing this event to win. And if you keep that in mind, I think you're going to do great. Shane. We've only spoken one time. I told you about how I met your mother back when you were like 3 years old. I don't think you cared, but why would you? It's not going to come as a surprise to you, I hope, that a lot of people perceive that sometimes you seem to check out of a match or a game. You can see it in your body language. We can see it in your facial expression. We kind of see it in the way you start shooting sometimes. It's almost like you quit the match before it's even over. I don't know what's going on in your head and what's causing these pretty severe, looks like mood shifts. The only advice I can really give is, don't do that. Stay in the moment. Stay in the game. Stay in the match. After it's over with, then you can go sit in the corner and be by yourself and collect your thoughts and all that. But you are, everybody says, Captain America. Absolutely one of the best players of all time. And if you get a bad roll or something, you can overcome that. You can overcome things like that better than almost anyone else. You just have to keep the right frame of mind to be able to do it. Remember who you are. Remember what you're capable of. So, advice to Federer. Who in the hell am I to give advice to anybody? Certainly not to Federer. Federer and I play completely different type of games. I'm a field player. Federer, to me, seems very much a fundamentals and do everything right and consistently type of a player. If I'm going to give advice to Federer, which I am, it's that sometimes it seems that you might rely just a little bit too much on the fact that you had a nice, consistent pre-shot routine and stepped in the shot and lined the shot and execute the shot. Sometimes you still miss. I get the impression that even if you do all this stuff and something doesn't feel right about the shot, that you ignore that and you shoot it anyway because pre-shot routine and all that was correct. You're relying on that. But sometimes that nagging voice in your head is just something doesn't feel right. Sometimes that nagging voice needs to be listened to. And my advice to you would be, listen to it a little bit more. I'm not saying switch your whole playing style and all that. In 20 years, if it even takes that long, you're going to be mentioned with Everett and Shane as one of the greatest players of all time. You're already getting close. So absolutely don't change your game. But I do think you should listen to your inner pool player a little bit more. Now I'll do Tyler. Um, Tyler, I know the least about you of any of the players. You are not a player that I would watch. You know, oh my gosh, Tyler's on pay per view. I'm going to watch. It, and it's not your fault. It's just me. I don't like the games. And the thing is, you're kind of a boring player to watch. But that is a good thing. That is a great thing, especially in this format, because you are steady. Don't do stupid things. Make the ball get shaped. Make the ball get shaped. Make the ball get shaped. That's boring, right? But it's also good. I think you know your abilities and you stick to them. And I think that's fantastic. So while I'm giving advice to everybody else, the advice I'm giving to you is keep it up because you're doing a great job. Skylar, I wish I knew you better. I think we probably only spoken a few words to each other. I feel like of all the people on Team USA, you and I would get along, potentially even be friends, maybe because we're from kind of the same area of the country and things like that. But when I watch you play, a lot of times you don't look as confident as I think you probably should be. There are a lot of times where I watch you play and you'll make a shot, make a nice out, and you almost seem surprised that you just did that. So, yeah, I think you have to kind of remember who you are. You know, at least two-time Mosconi Cup MVP, maybe more than that. I don't recall for sure, but remember how earlier I advised Billy to maybe tone down the abilitiness just a little bit. Maybe he could give some of that abilitiness to you, give you a little bit more confidence when you're playing. I'm not a mind reader, and maybe you have all the confidence in the world, but we're not seeing it. We're just not, and you know, I'm not seeing it on TV. Whatever, your team members are not seeing it. Your opponents are not seeing it, and so I think that need a little bit more ability. And then lastly, I'm going to talk to Skyler again, but this time as the playing captain, as the captain. So I absolutely do not envy this position for anybody that's expected to be a captain and also play and stay focused enough to play. I know you've been at least co-captain for the last few years. What I'm not sure about, the only doubt that I really have about this is that you are going to have people on this team that may need a little bit of a butt kick. And I'm not sure that you can do that. Do you have that side of yourself? Can you be a hard ass? If, for example, Shane seems mentally checked out, can you be a hard ass and tell the Hall of Famer Shane Van Boening, put your big boy pants on and play? Can you do that? I haven't seen it. Maybe you can. I haven't seen it. As a team captain, you know, you're responsible for that. For those little things that you feel like need a little bit of a tweaking. Billy, tone down your abilitiness just a little bit. You know, Tyler, keep doing what you're doing. That's great. Feder, if that shot doesn't feel right, something's wrong. Don't shoot it. You know, there are times to be everybody's friend. And I think you do an absolutely fantastic job at being everybody's friend. But you also have to be their coach, their captain, I mean, their dad, if you will. And kind of lay down the law and be a little bit of a hard ass. And I hope you can do that. And I hope that it works. And I'm definitely rooting for Team USA. And this is my advice video.